Hi, my name is Jakaya, and I'm going to be doing my informative speech. Imagine having all eyes on you as you pose for Harlem's World magazine. Your fuchsia pink mermaid gown is very beautiful and detailed, as if you couldn't miss a beat on its pattern. The sequence of the dress dazzles as the beads point in a downwards direction, reflecting on the lighting in the room, followed by its ballerina poofy bottom. A dress so elegant and divine, tailor made just to fit you. The dress is hand picked and customized to your likings. The dress gives you a Coke bottle shape and boosts your appearance while making you also feel beautiful. I know you guys are wondering who's the woman behind this magic. The woman behind this talent is Zelda Valdez, a strong woman with high expectations and crazy faith. Her story in Rise to the Top inspires me for so many reasons. Her push for greatness and success are what made her well known today. She was the first African American female fashion designer, and she was also the first African American woman to own her own business on Broadway. For you, for those who don't know what Broadway is, it is actually a city located in New York, and it is known for high fashion runway shows. Also, it's for its theatrical performances and so further on. You'll also hear about Broadway on America's Next Top Model if you watch that show. Many of her accomplishments are not mentioned, like Coco Chanel, Juicy Couture, or Louis Vuitton. But her background in high fashion, along with her lifestyle, is what made history today. Her determination inspires me to keep working on my dreams and goals, knowing that one day I will accomplish and I will achieve them. Zelda told the Dance Theater of Harlem, "I have a God's given talent for making people look beautiful." And that is exactly what Zelda Valdez did. Zelda left a legacy behind her name in fashion by inventing the perfect body figure. Today I will talk about Zelda's childhood, success, and also how her determination inspires me. Let's get started with Zelda's childhood. Zelda Valdez was born June 28, 1905 in Chambersburg, Pennsylvania. Her father was Cuban and her mother was African American, and they had met in Havana, Cuba in 1902. Zelda grew up in Charlotte, North Carolina, where she attended the Catholic Controversy School of Music as a pianist. Zelda's mother was also a dressmaker, and she worked tailoring clothes. And Zelda learned how to tailor and make clothes through her grandmother along with her mother. In 1920, Zelda and her family moved to White Plains, New York to work alongside with her uncle who owned his very own tailoring business. She then started working for a high fashion boutique as a stock girl and worked her way up to being the first black saleswoman at that boutique. Just imagine moving out of town and starting a new start and you don't know what to do. Zelda, in this case, she moved out of town and actually started working on her career as soon as she got there and worked her way up into having a successful stability for her, I would say. In 1935, Zelda finally started her own business, Ches Zelda, in White Plains, New York. She was aided by her sister, Maria Barber, who personally supervised the store. Zelda oversaw ladies' alternations and developed her own dressmaking clientele. She was becoming better at her craft, and her clientele grew as well. Zelda said, "It wasn't a pleasant time, but the idea was to see what I can do." Amazing. Just imagine that. How many people have ever been in that situation where you wanted to take that leap of faith, that big step, but you didn't know where to start? In this case, Zelda moved and she just instantly went in. And I was very much inspired by that. by itself. So we're going to get into Zelda's success. In 1948, Zelda finally opened her own design and dressmaking studio on Broadway called Zelda Wynn, which is now 158th Street West. This was a big accomplishment for Valdez because it was the first black-owned business on Broadway. She sold her dresses to many celebrities such as Eartha Kitt, Dorothy Dandridge, Maureen Anderson, Josephine Baker, and even Gladys Knight. Her dresses range from $1,000 or more per couture gown. She was so consistent that actress Dorothy Dandridge would order many dresses, but due to traveling and being booked, she wouldn't have time to come in and fit for her dresses. Valdez worked with her vision on the dress based on her imagination and was guessing the size just by looking at a photo of Dorothy. That is amazing talent, you guys. Imagine just looking at somebody and being able to guess their dress size or if they're going to fit a gown just by looking at them. And sometimes it's not even in person, just looking at a picture, you're able to guess somebody's size. That's amazing talent. She would then send Dorothy along with other celebrities their dresses and would be correct every time. No complaints or problems. Her role glamorizing women caught the eye of Hugh Hefner's attention. Hefner commissioned Zelda to design the Playboy's first bunny costume, which was presented at the opening of the first Playboy Club in Chicago, Illinois in 1960. Now, for you guys that don't know, what is the Playboy bunny outfit? The original one was just this one. This is basically a cartoon feel of what it looks like. The original outfit had just the bunny ears, the tie, and the sweetheart neckline, and the bustier that just goes into a V-neck. Everybody has seen those outfits, and if you guys were wondering who was the person behind making that magic, it was definitely Zelda. She also directed the fashion design workshop of the Harlem Youth Opportunities Unlimited and Associated Community Teams in 1960 as well. She taught costume designing skills and she facilitated the fabric donations to the students' workshops. Amazing. I really like that because not only was she taking her success and her talent and expanding it, but she was also giving back to the community by holding workshops for students and teaching them how to make fabrics and to basically be as great as her. So she wasn't selfish in the situation, and I really admire that. Zelda is also one of the founders of the National Associations of Fashion Accessories Designers, an industry group that intended to promote Black design professionals. This group was established by the National Council of Negro Women. In 1970, Arthur Mitchell asked Zelda to design costumes for his new company, the Dance Theater of Harlem. And by 1992, Valdez would design costumes for 82 productions. Wow, 82 productions. That's talent. She closed her business around this time as well and continued to work for the Dance Theater of Harlem until her death on September 26, 2001. Zelda lived a great private life while also making history, which relates to the reason why she inspires me. Now let's get into how Zelda inspires me. Look at me, y'all. I look so great. Zelda's hard working and dedication inspired me to become a better person every day. Her childhood is similar to mine because I was born in Miami, Florida, and moved to Brevard County where I was partially raised, so I can adapt to new environments like she did when she moved from North Carolina to New York. Zelda didn't let where she came from stop her from trying something new. This inspires me because I was always scared to go out of my comfort zone. I've always been the type of person that stayed to myself and just was always scared of doing things that made me feel uncomfortable, like stepping out of my box or just, thinking outside of the box. It's just always made me feel kind of uncomfortable. But as I got older, and honestly, after even looking at Zelda's story, it inspired me to just step out of my box. Even just this right here is just stepping out of my box because I'm such a tomboy, I don't get dressed. But I decided to do it. So she inspires me because her story is incredible and it's not mentioned. It's very low key. So I always didn't want to be boastful with my success. And I really admire that even though she was very successful, she still kept a private life. Her push for being great, even while in a new situation, made me feel confident that me moving to Brevard was my career starting point and my landmark. Zelda accomplishments gave me hope that my dream career, which is becoming a program director or a physical education teacher, will fall in line as long as I am patient and I trust the process. Zelda's selflessness also inspires me to pass down my knowledge to children and even teens, as if she did when she passed down her tailoring skills to her students at their workshops. She taught me to not hold back on my success and my accomplishments and don't keep them to myself, but to also inspire others and teach children long-term and short-term goals. I want to help the community by offering children the options to pick from different after school programs and curriculums, such as tutoring, hip hop dance classes, art classes, ballet, and even programs for the senior citizen and Cocoa area through their recreational centers. My drive for success is inspired by Zelda's consistent pattern on how she started off as a regular girl who liked making clothing into creating a legacy in the fashion industry. I'm taking the leap of faith, which comes to my conclusion. Never be afraid to expand your talents. Believe in yourself and know that you can do anything, and I do mean anything, that you put your mind into. I hope that this story about Zelda Valdez has inspired everyone to become better as a person and to push more for your goals and dreams. And that greatness can be achieved with hard work, consistency, and dedication. Thank you.